Hey guys, it is Lee Swigum here with Health Frederick Sport Performance and Fitness today at North Phoenix Fit Body Boot Camp. A little bit of a trainer tip today. As we get closer to the end of the year, today is December 1st, so we got 30 more days, 31 days until 2020 is over and we ring in 2021. Many of us will be more than happy to see 2020 go, but just because the calendar year changes from 2020 to 2021 doesn't mean the issues from this year are just going to magically go away. It is up to us to take control of our lives and better, for the better, and working towards that betterment. Whether it's spiritually, emotionally, physically is going to be the part that I'm going to most talk about today, but making sure that our health is as good as it can be. Relying on others, i.e. the government, to come up with things to improve your health, in my opinion, is asinine. Kind of silly. As much as we want to believe they have our best interests at heart, I don't buy that for one moment. They talk a good game, but it's really about it's all about them control and power. So it's up to us, okay? We as the people need to make changes to be in control of our own health, our own life, our own destiny. Okay. Two ways that I coach my clients and my patients to do that is through nutrition and through physical activity. There is a spiritual side, there is a more emotional side to tap into that stuff. Body and brain do work hand in hand. I'm not going to delve into the emotional or spiritual part today, but we're going to talk a little bit more about the nutritional and physical side of things. Just as a carpenter or a construction company what they build is really only as good and as strong as not only the craftsmanship, but the materials used to build, okay? If it was cheap, convenient, easy to use shoddy materials, and still have the same quality, they certainly are going to do that. But if you are looking for quality construction, you're not going to use paper mache in place of concrete for a cinder block. Or you're not going to use chipboard as a 2x4 or something like that, a composite board as your 2x4s for strength, or your 4x4s. You want good solid wood. Well, our bodies are really the same, okay? Our cells are the cinder blocks, the basic building structure, the building components of our bodies. Okay, our health and our wellness starts at the cellular structure. Okay, cells reproduce, repair, grow. As we age. Once we reach maturity, they're maybe not growing so much, or we don't want them growing because abnormal growth is a cancer. But we want them to be healthy and able to repair themselves, rebuild themselves, and reproduce themselves to keep us healthy. Well, where do our cells get that? Get the substances or the building blocks to build our amino acids, our proteins, that sort of stuff. We get that through our nutrition. That is where we get the things that repair our insides and make us healthy. Well, if we are eating things from a box, processed foods, going through the drive-thru, eating out 4 or 5 plus days a week, we are not getting that nutrition that our body needs to properly repair and rebuild itself. We are using inferior products in the form of nutrients and stuff to build our cells. So we are essentially doing what those carpenters that I talked about first are. We're using paper mache in place of concrete. We are using chipboard or pieces of wood composited together instead of using a solid piece of wood. So we are building our bodies with inferior products. How does that make any sense when we want to be healthy and we want to be happy and we want to have the energy and be physically able to do things? It just does not Makes sense. That does not correlate together. So we need to really focus more on our nutrition. Can we still have a burger, a beer, cheese curds, french fries, pie, pizza, cake, ice cream from time to time? Absolutely. Okay, treat yourself. This isn't to punish yourself by not eating things that taste good, but we want to primarily eat the things that are going to be best for our bodies, and that comes in the form of fruits and vegetables, number one, okay? Can we eat meats and poultry and seafood and stuff like that? Absolutely. But where do they get their nutrition from? They get it from plants and vegetables. So they're just simply a middleman passing along the nutrition to us. When you go through a middleman, it is not the most efficient way. When we eat directly from the source, again, our plants, vegetables, fruits, when we eat those directly, we're going to get way more than taking what's left from the animal. What do cows eat? Cows eat grain, grass. That's their main diet. Well, they're taking those nutrients to build their body, and then we're going to try to eat them and get that same benefit. It's going to thin it out. So there's not the same nutritional value in meats and stuff that we get directly from the plants themselves. Again, you have to eat purely vegetarian or vegan? No, I don't believe in that 100%, but as much as possible, absolutely. You're going to notice more energy, sleeping better, feeling better, less inflammation, all sorts of stuff like that. Better circulation, better respiratory efficiency, things like that. So that is one thing that I would really challenge you to do, is take a real good look at your diet, how you eat. I'm not talking about a diet in a short-term 2-week diet or a gimmick diet that is unfortunately setting you up for failure. I am talking about your diet being what you eat in general, all right? Over the long run, your diet is what you consume on a regular basis. That is your diet. So we need to really reevaluate that. Putting a mask on your face is not going to make up for all the shortcomings you have from drinking soda every day, from eating potato chips, from eating fries, going through the drive-thru. No PPE is going to save you from that. You need to be in control of that for yourself. All right? So, with that being said, I am now challenging you as we get closer and closer to 2021 to take control of your life, to take control of your nutrition. Do it for not just you, but for your family, your children. Help them to be healthier. If you want to eat trash, I guess that's up to you. But if you're feeding that same thing to your kids, think of what you are doing to their long-term health. You are not doing them any favors and setting them up for long-term health and success. In fact, you're doing quite the opposite. So I think when we start to think of it like that, it hits home a little bit more. My gosh, what am I doing to my family by feeding them not real foods, chemicals, processed stuff, in somewhat poisons, toxins, things that your body is not made to use and handle and get a benefit from. So these last 31 days of 2020, my challenge to you is to start looking at what you consume, both internally through food and what we're applying to our skin in the forms of deodorant, lotions, perfumes, makeups. There are better options out there for you, and that directly does directly affect your health, unfortunately mostly in a negative way. So now your challenge to finish this year is to improve your health through your consumption. Again, if you're not going to do it for you, do it for your family, do it for your kids, do it for those who love you. They want you around, okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, comment below. I'll see y'all later. Be healthy. Peace.